It's the $5 game box. Episode 10. $5 game box? What is the $5 game box? The $5 game box is a curated collection of video games started with a personal investment of only $5. No more. Any other funds needed to buy more games for the $5 game box has to come from flipping or reselling finds for the $5 game box. We currently have in our Legend of Zelda funding wallet $30.50. Highlights of the collection include some great pickups from last episode, such as those 2 Sonic games, some Wii games, that Evil Dead, our very first NES cart. Yeah, it's common, but it's our first one. The ECW Anarchy Rules. That's a $20 game right there. We have 3 things that currently need to go on eBay. We have a copy of Spyro and 2 Mario Party 8s. We're selling them both because we got it. Probably still the gem and jewel of the collection, probably outside that Smash Bros. Melee, are these N64. Got some great N64 titles. And of course we've been taken. We have an empty Mario Kart Wii because stupid host didn't bother to check the case to make sure it was in there. And we have this beat up NFL Blitz case, which was the original case for that Smash Brothers game. We also have a hecka stack of loose disc, mostly PS1 and 1 PS2 games, featuring Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII, and Medieval. $5 game box. Episode 10. I hope you enjoy the show. Alright, I know you're just watching the intro and you're like, wait a minute. You said this was empty, but on the episode 9 recap, I saw you pick up the disc. Yes, I understand. At the end of the episode 9 pickup recap, I went and got the disc from the seller. She found it. If it's not obvious by now, I shoot the intro to the next video after I shoot the pickup video for the last video. So, for instance, at the end of this episode, you're going to see the episode 10 pickup recap. And then right after I shoot it, I'm going to shoot the intro to episode 11. Because that's the only time I can guarantee I'm going to have that amount of money in the funds. And that's what's going to be in the box. So yes, the day after I shot the intro, I went and picked up the disc. And I stuck it at the end of the episode 9 pickup recap. So, no, I'm not a moron. I'm just shooting out of order. I can't believe this day. It is beautiful right now. It is mid-March. What is today? The 18th of March. And it's a little overcast, but it's warm. It's like in the 70s. Snow and ice is just melting away, which probably overall isn't a good thing for our environment, but it's a lovely day. And how are you guys doing? Thanks for watching the $5 game box. Hope you're enjoying the series. We're on episode 10. If you're liking it, give it a big thumbs up. And make sure to subscribe as well. I appreciate it. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. I like taking a moment here. In earlier episodes, we did it actually right over there in the coffee line. But now I just like this, let's just have a little chat before we get going. I want to have a talk about, since it is almost spring, actually Monday, 2 days from now, is the first official day of spring. I want to talk about garage sales and game hunting in general. I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of you on YouTube. A lot of video game pickups and video game collecting, video game hunting videos. And YouTube's algorithms. You watch a couple videos on video games, you get a bunch recommended. And you watch a video on, somebody will put up like a video game hunting tips or garage sale hunting tips. And I'll watch it just to see, what they have to say, if I'm doing kind of what they're saying, if I disagree with something they say, or if they say something I never thought of, just to learn something. And so you get flooded with recommendations. And the recommendations I've been getting lately, a lot of videos on people who are giving it up, are giving up the collecting, giving up the hunting. Garage sales are dead, thrift stores are dead, you can't find anything anymore, it's not worth going out. And I just gotta say, for those people, I don't know where they're coming from. Honestly, I have no idea. They're not dead for me. You go back a year ago, last summer, and every pickup video I had was just loaded with stuff. And granted, it all wasn't from garage sales, but a lot of it was because of garage sales. Even if I bought something off of eBay for a high price, I got that eBay credit by flipping stuff I got at garage sales. So I guess it all depends. Garage sales where I'm at are different than where you're at. Garage sales in this relatively small town are probably different. Like you see CJR or Scott, I forgot his YouTube name. It's like JMT something. He's down in Florida, and every week, like his garage sale season never ends for him. So every week he's got like really good finds. But I live in a small town, and it's not technically garage sale season right now, although because we're entering spring, a couple are hitting Craigslist every weekend, 2 or 3. I guess it just depends on who you are. I view garage selling like this, and I have a whole lot of fun garage selling. And based on what I pick up, you understand why. Based on what I'm finding and getting at garage sales, I'm sure you can understand why I'm having a ton of fun garage selling. But really, I view garage selling almost like a job. On Saturday morning, this is what I do. I go out and I do this. And if this is a hobby I want to keep doing, if this is a hobby I'm enjoying, a hobby I want to sustain, that's what I have to do. If I don't get up during our season early on Saturday morning and commit myself to being out until early afternoon, until 1, until 2, until 3. So from like 6:30 in the morning until 2 or 3 in the afternoon, I'm committed to driving around and hitting every garage sale in my area to find these video games. Now, I understand that this is a hobby first, and it's got to be fun first. And I've always said, if you don't have fun garage selling, don't. Garage selling may still be one of the best ways to find these old retro games, but if you hate it, you're just going to find another way. The thrift stores, or eBay, or something. A Craigslist, putting up ads. If you don't like garage selling, then don't do it. If it's not fun for you, because while I say I treat it like a job, if it wasn't fun, I'd drop it like a bad habit. But I make that commitment, and I understand there are people who can't make that commitment. If you have a job where you have to be at work at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning, your garage selling time is really limited. If you have, a family, if you have kids, you probably can't commit 6, 7, 8 hours every Saturday morning to go and garage sale game hunting. That nothing wrong with that. That's good for you, but you can't turn around and say garage sales are dead because of it, because maybe you only have an hour or two now to hit a few sales and you don't find anything. Of course, the other thing I hear is, the resellers have taken it over. Oh, the resellers get to this shit before I do. The resellers are out there. They're in my area too. I've talked about the Go To Guys auction site and how they've beaten me to the punch and they have guys around. Let me tell you, there's only so many resellers that can be sustained by doing garage sales. Okay? You may have one, depending on the size of your area, a proportionate amount of resellers trying to go out garage sale hunting and finding stuff to flip and make a living and make a profit. But if your area is overrun with these people, it's not going to be for long. It won't be overrun for long because it's just not sustainable. Even in my area, I've seen thrift stores come and go, like pop up and disappear in just a few months. I've got a couple that I really, really suspect are on life support around here because I never see anybody in there. I see the same product each and every time I walk in there. And I'm not just talking video games, but, just stuff. And the thing about resellers is resellers have to find everything. Resellers are looking for antiques. They're looking for the clothing. They're looking for old books. They're looking for albums. They're looking for furniture. They're looking for, hunting, camping, fishing, guns. They're looking for tools. They're looking for all that stuff. And a reseller will not stay in business very long and will not be hunting at garage sales very long if they have to do what I do. And that is usually poke around for a second just to look around and then go up to the seller and specifically ask if they have any video games. And then, like I said before, double tap that ask. Do you have NES, Super NES, N64, Game Boy, Sega, PlayStation? Just start jogging that memory. Resellers can't do that, otherwise they'd be at a garage sale for 20 minutes. Do you have any old video games, NES, Super Nintendo? No. Do you have any guns, Remington, anything like no? Camping gear, do you have any Coleman? Do you have any books, Stephen King, Julia Child? They'd be there forever. They can't do that. So, unless you got resellers who are specifically reselling video games and video games only, which is possible, but from what I've, just the guy at the retro shop here who runs it, he said, is this not worth it? It's not worth his time or energy to get up and go find stuff to sell in his shop because he offers a fair price to people who bring it in. People bring it in anyway. And the people who are out garage sailing will, most of the time, like I've done it, if I don't need it, if I've got it, I'll go in there and flip it to him. How many copies of Mario 2 do I need to hold on? But if I buy an NES lot, most of the time there's a Super Mario 2 and 3 in there, he gets it. It's got to a point where I buy a lot of NES games, say, 15, 20 games. I own 15 of them. So I'll make an offer on the lot for, $20, $30 or whatever it is. Keep the 5 games and take the 15 to him. So he's like, that's not why would I go out garage selling when I'm just going to get it from you later in the afternoon? And this other guy who video game hunts at garage sales, he's going to bring the stuff he finds in. And this guy over here who video game hunts at garage sales, he's going to bring his stuff in. So that's my opinion on garage sale game hunting. It ain't dead. You just have to do it. Maybe the days of, throw a rock at a house and they've got a box of NES games they're willing to sell you for $0.25, maybe those days are gone. And everybody's got one of these smartphones that I'm sitting here filming on right now, and they can look up eBay and they can look up Amazon and they can see what it's worth. So maybe the days of cheap and plentiful are gone, but the days of availability and affordability are not gone. And another thing I want to add, if you just want to play these games, play them. You know, collectors, shelf collectors, kind of get a bad rap. People who, you know, buy the games just to put them on a shelf and display them like a museum or like a piece of art. Oh, you don't buy games to play them, you play them to display. If you just want to play these games, there are way cheaper and way more convenient ways if you just want to play the game. Okay? If all I want to do is play Earthbound, I can download it on my Wii U for $10. All right? I don't need to, you know, go on eBay and buy a cart for $200. I don't need to cross my fingers and hope and pray I find one for really cheap at a garage sale or thrift store. I can put $10 on credit on my Wii and download it and play it today. Just last week, Capcom announced the Saturday morning collection, or it's a collection of 6 classic NES Disney games. The Disney Saturday Afternoon Collection, I think it's called. It's got DuckTales, DuckTales 2, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers 2, Darkwing Duck, and God, there's one more game. There's 6 games total. It's going to be available for download to the PS4 and the Xbox One for $19.99. If you want to play DuckTales 2 and you just want to play it and experience it, $20 on your current gen console. You don't have to drop $250 for a damn cart or hope and pray it winds up at a garage sale someday. So, because all I want to do is play it. These fucking collectors who just, you know, look at it and hoard it. And if all you want to do is play it, $20 is the entry price later this month. It's late March or early April's release day. And yes, it's not a physical edition. Yes, it's digital distribution. People who rail, oh, fuck digital distribution, like, it is what it is. Yes, one day the servers are going to be shut down. Yes, you don't actually physically own it and hold it in your hand. But if all you want to do is play the game, if you want to play Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers 2, if you want to play Darkwing Duck, you can pay a lot of money for that NES cart and blow in it and hold it and play it. And then what do you do with it? If you don't want to display it, if displaying and putting on a shelf is bad, do you turn around and resell it? Do you turn around and give a fellow collector a really good deal on it? Or do you put it on your shelf into your collection? I'm going to buy that collection. I've never played Chip 'n Dale's 2 or DuckTales 2 or Darkwing Duck. They're expensive. And I hope to God I really want, find them someday at a garage sale. But I'm not dying to play these games. I'm not $150 for one of the carts, wanting to play the game. I would like to experience the game. I would like to play Earthbound someday. I would like to own it someday. But if I really want the urge, I'll just download it and I'll play it. Until then, until it shows up for a price I like somewhere, I'm good. I know eBay prices suck. I know that overall these prices are just going straight up. I understand. Doesn't mean you have to pay them. You don't have to participate in that. I certainly don't. Well, very rarely do. Maybe on something like, the Elemental Gear Bolt that I bought off eBay. But once again, I took advantage of coupons. I had eBay gift cards that people had given me or that I had gotten for flipping stuff I found for cheaper. So even then, I didn't pay the $90 whatever Elemental Gear Bolt would cost. I probably wound up paying out of pocket maybe $20 to $30 for it. It's a good price for Elemental Gear Bolt or a lot of those working design PS1 games. So that's my very long take on that, my little rant. It's not dead. You just have to get out there and you have to put in work. It's a hobby. It's fun. It's our entertainment. It's what we do for enjoyment. But you gotta break some rocks. You gotta get in there. You gotta get your hands dirty. You gotta go to these garage sales. You gotta ask every seller, even if they got video games out there. You gotta ask. You gotta talk to them. You gotta, you just gotta do it. It is a little bit of work, and if you don't enjoy it, if it's not something you want to do, and you still want to collect video games, you got to find another avenue. But garage sales are not dead, and I'm hoping that over the course of this spring and summer here on the $5 Game Box, I get to prove that to you. Thanks for watching, guys. We're going to get to hunting right now. Episode 10, $5 Game Box. Can you see that garage sale sign? Right there, that orange one? I just hit that garage sale and I scored for $15 NBA Jam, Ms. Pac-Man, Revolution X, Super Chase HQ, Chuck Rock, The Ignition Factor. There's some label damage back there. That kind of stinks. Uniracers, Top Gear, Goof Troop, Cliffhanger, Tetris and Dr. Mario with a really, really bad label, and in decent shape, Turtles in Time. All right. $15 for, I believe it's 12 Super Nintendo games. They didn't want to get rid of the console because they still play Mario Kart, and that's the only game they kept was Super Mario Kart. Oh well. Really happy to have a lot of these titles. And our first Super Nintendo titles in the $5 Game Box cost us $15, which means we have $15.50 left in the wallet. We need to start selling a little bit. I may take some of these titles, the common ones, to the retro store because he does like 2 for 1. So ones I don't really want to keep in the game box, I may trade or get some credit, do 2 for 1, and get some better titles in there. Quality, not quantity. But we'll see about that. That can come later. Right now, with my $15, I'm going to continue hunting. I'm going to hit a couple more places. But of course, we're really kind of limited into what we can do. It is mid-March, and there were 2 garage sales today. And 1, I got a pretty good score. All right, if I find anything else, I'll turn on the camera and show you. Pretty excited to get some Super Nintendo titles. It's awesome. Early morning. Just woke up to the cha-ching on my phone. Tell me that one of my Mario Party 8s has sold. The one without the manual. Disc and case. I put it up for $20. Buy it now with $2.99 ship. And it sold in about 2 days here. So 20 plus $2.99 ship, so $22.99 total. According to this eBay calculator, after all the fees and whatnot, I'm going to net about $17 in my pocket off a game I paid $2 for. So here is the Mario Party 8 that sold. Here is the envelope I'm going to put it in. I'm going to get that shipped off today and get $17 into our funding wallet. Hopefully, PayPal's probably not going to release it by the weekend, so we'll just have $15 this weekend for game hunting, unless I sell something locally, which I may try to do. I don't have that other Mario Party 8 up on eBay yet. I do have the Spyro, and I'm thinking of putting a big lot of those loose PS1 discs. save for the couple I want to keep, like Medieval and the Final Fantasies. I may list those tonight and see what happens. But we got $17 coming, and that's good. This is a Heritage Christian School, and today they're having their annual big garage sale. It's one of the 2 big ones that happen in spring here in the community. The next one is next week, happens at the fairgrounds, called Garagerama. I'll check them out, but I don't get there super early because they're shark bait. And I was just in here. I did pick up for 50 cents a copy of Wii Sports. The disc is scratched up. That's why I got it for 50 cents. But I think it will play, and it'll definitely play on a resurface. So we got that. I asked that in other video games. He's like, oh, they went really fast. So that's why I said it's shark bait. So, plus it's a school, and it attracts more people who aren't regular garage. It attracts the garage sellers, then it attracts just people who want to support the school, want to get out to a community event. So a lot of people show up. That's why I typically avoid it. I'm not here right at 8 o'clock because I don't want to get involved in that. Same thing for this Garagerama at the fairgrounds next week. I found a couple things at that thing before, but never anything too great, because the thing is, these are kind of like the first 2 garage sale kickoffs, if you will. But right now, late March is when I'm here. There's a few garage sales. Like, it's not garage sale season, but as spring progresses, there's, a couple this week and a couple more next week. Like today's, there's like 5 or 6 listed, including this one. Nobody hits those other ones. So I can get out late in the day while everybody's like going here and like digging through piles and piles of all the donated stuff they got from parents and families of the students. I'm going to these garage sales that nobody's hitting. And I found that there's a nice little, for me at least, a nice little niche time, April to about mid-May, when students at the university leave, that nobody really goes out. And that's where I get a lot of good finds. Then, of course, late May and definitely into June is when, even when I get out early, I'm late. There's tons of people out very early, pickers, sharks, resellers, and that's when I'm dealing with them. But they're not in that mode yet. That's why I try to get in the mode now. And even if there's only 5 garage sales listed, spend an hour on Saturday, go hit them all, and you've seen what I've got so far. That great lot with the Wii and the PS2 and the PS1 games, and that big stack of SNES games that you saw earlier in this video. So, Wii Sports, not spectacular, but 50 cents is nice. That takes quarters out of my wallet. And there's a couple more garage sales I'm going to hit. And then if I find anything, I'll turn on the camera and show you. We are at our little thrift store, $5 Game Boxians, where it is half price Saturday, every Saturday. And we picked up, first of all, our free bread. Give away free bread to people, 2 loaves per person, every Saturday. I got some hot dog buns, because I have some hot dogs at home with no buns, and some rye for my sandwiches to take to work for lunch. And we picked up for $1 each, so there are $2 with half price, so half price, $1, Skyrim. It is in there and in good condition. And we picked up Red Dead Redemption. Complete. Nice. Got some free bread. Got 2 great, awesome 360 games for $2 total. Not bad, not bad. Got us another sold listing on eBay. Our second copy of Mario Party 8. The one that's complete with the manual disc and case. I did a buy it now of $25 with, I believe, $285 ship. I don't know why $285 was chosen. I think I just put actual cost. So over here to this website calculator thing, let's see, 25 with shipping and handling charge $285. Net proceeds $21.10. So about 21 bucks once the funds are released and all the fees are charged and shipping is charged and all that. So that's another $21 that will be added to our Game Fund wallet here in a few days once PayPal releases the funds. I do have another email that PayPal has released the funds for the sale of the first Mario Party 8. So that was $17. And we have $13 in the wallet now. So that brings us up to, right now, an even $30 in the wallet as we wind down episode 10. Pickup recap should be coming up next unless something surprising pops up on a Facebook group or Craigslist before I film the recap. Alright, here we are back in the place. Episode 10, Pickup Recap, $5 game box. And what a great episode it was. We didn't have to do a whole lot of hunting to find some really, really good stuff. But I want to get this pickup recap in because it's 11:05 on a Friday night. And I was just looking at Craigslist for G sales tomorrow. And I was about to go to bed going, oh man, there's a lot of G sales tomorrow. But I'm like, but I haven't done the pickup recap for episode 10 yet. If I don't do it, I'm going to hit a bunch of garage sales tomorrow, and episode 10 could be really, really, really long if I find some more stuff. So let's get episode 10 wrapped up so I can start fresh with the G sales tomorrow in episode 11, number 11. Alright, let's wrap up some business before we get into the pickups. Here is the $17 for the sale of the Mario Party case and disc only. Funds released. And just today, funds released for the sale of the Mario Party Complete, $21. So we're adding $38 to our wallet, which currently has a paltry $13 in it. So 20, 30, 40, 5, 46, 47, 48, 51. We'll have $51 as we end episode 10, rolling into episode 11. $51 in the Game Fund wallet. We do have a couple of pending sales on eBay, but unlike the Mario parties, and unlike a lot of the other stuff that we have in here that if we put up would sell fast, talking about you, Smash Brothers Melee right there, these are slow burners. They've been up now for probably about a week, and there's a Spyro, the Year of the Dragon. I've got that up, I want to say for 16 with a couple bucks shipped. So that's up on eBay right now. And this lot of PS1 games right here that came from that that binder last episode. Tekken 3, Twisted Metal are the highlights. Die Hard Trilogy, WCW vs. the World, Gran Turismo, you know, things like that. It's 13 games total. I may be reaching a little bit. I'm asking for $25. Buy it now. And I've had some looks, but nobody's buying that yet, unfortunately. And speaking of unfortunate, I was looking a bit closer when I was getting this lot together to sell on eBay. And some of those discs from that loose binder of PS1 games, these three are, well, upon closer inspection, they're fake. That's fake. That is a burned disc with a printed label. So the Ready to Rumble is fake. The other ones, NFL Blitz 2000, it's fake. And Cool Borders 4, it's fake. Those are not real games. I wasn't going to include them in the lot. I'm damn sure not keeping them. Trash cans over here. And there they go. So basically, out of that lot, I want to keep in the collection right now. Well, Armored Core 3, that doesn't count. There's Final Fantasy 8. And Final Fantasy 7. And Medieval. Kind of what I'm keeping out of that loose disc binder. As of right now. Unless those don't sell, then I don't know what I'm going to do. So hopefully we'll get some money from those in a sell in the next week or so. Otherwise, I mean, $50 is alright for right now. But we're going to have to find some stuff to resell. Or we're going to have to resell some stuff that's in here. Of course, we know we can resell Smash Brothers really quick. Probably resell most, if not all, of these N64 games pretty quick. The Conker's Live and Reloaded we can probably sell pretty quick. The Mario Party 8 we know we can sell pretty quick because we've done it twice. And let's see, ECW Anarchy Rules may be interesting to resell since it's just a wrestling game, an acclaimed wrestling game at that, but worth about $20. Anything else, like some of these PS2 titles, we probably have to put in some sort of bundle. Same thing, maybe the other Xbox titles. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. But we'll see. $50 is a good little amount to have for game hunting on a G-Cell Saturday. So hopefully we can make something work tomorrow, which I guess you'll find out next episode how I do. Alright, let's get to the pickups for episode number 10. We've got Wii Sports right here that we picked up for 50 cents at a school garage sale. A little tear right there, and the disc is not particularly great. Probably needs to be resurfaced. However, it is complete, and other than that rip in the cardboard, it's not too bad. Complete value is $12, according to pricecharting.com at 11 o'clock Mountain Daylight Time on March 31st. So there is Wii Sports. Red Dead Redemption for Xbox 360 in complete edition. Dollar was $2, half price day at the thrift store. Complete in box value $9.99. Well, let's put it over here. And Skyrim. I don't recall if this came with a manual or not, but it's just disc only in there. Paid $1, complete in box value $4. So there's that. Not much value, but I mean, that is, we're trying to build a curated collection of video games. Good games, and Skyrim's one of the best games ever. So, yeah, it's one of those games that's probably going to sit here and be in the collection because I don't have much resale value, but it's a great, great game. We want great, great games in here, regardless of their value. Alright. Now, as you saw earlier in the video, I'll just move it across the screen. We have ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 Super Nintendo titles that we bought for $15 at a garage sale. We'll start with this one. That is Tetris and Dr. Mario in, I'd say, kind of poor condition. That's missing. That label is kind of, not great. That needs a good rubbing down. But it is Tetris and Dr. Mario. Loose cart value, $21.29 as of today. Probably not in this condition. Maybe half that in this condition. But still, half that is almost what I paid for this whole game. We have Super Chase HQ. A little label damage there, some discoloration. Howie31 felt the need to take some marker to the back here. But other than that little rippage right there, label's in pretty good condition. Super Chase HQ, $12.73, according to price charting. Revolution X, Music is the Weapon, featuring Aerosmith in very nice condition. Revolution X, $5.23. Thanks for taking care of Revolution X and not Tetris and Dr. Mario. Appreciate that. Disney's Goof Troop. Some label, it looks like some discoloration, maybe a little fading there on the label. Backside is, I guess it didn't come with a sticker there, or they somehow got it off. I don't know. Goof Troop, $12.50 is the value on that. Cliffhanger, a Stallone movie I have not seen. Looks like somebody took some nail polish or something to it. I don't know, some purple markerage. There's that. Cliffhanger, $5.32. Uniracers with some top label damage there. And not too bad here on the back. Uniracers, $12.56. Top Gear, once again, somebody decided they want to claim it. The label is in nice condition. And whoever... Balanza. I'm Balanza, and this is my copy of Top Gear. Top Gear, $7.25. Save that one for last. Chuck Rock. Chuck Rock has some old GameStop stickers on it, looks like. There and there. Label's in pretty nice condition. Some discoloration on the cart back there. But otherwise in pretty good condition, save for the fucking GameStop stickers, which is the bane of every fucking game collector's existence. Chuck Rock, $9.99, according to price charting. The Ignition Factor. Balanza, once again, felt the need to tell us this is his, and somebody put a price sticker right on the label, and he tried to get it off, and otherwise, the label's in really good condition. Apparently, there was a price sticker here on the back, too, that he attempted to get off, and fucked it up. Ignition Factor, loose cart value, pricecharting.com, $19.99. Once again, probably not with this label wear, but a nice game to have in the collection. Balanza wants us to know that this is his copy of NBA Jam as well. He liked it so much, he wrote on it twice. There's NBA Jam with a nice label. NBA Jam, $8.13. Ms. Pac-Man, who Balanza didn't feel the need to claim. It's in pretty good condition. Miss Pac-Man, $10. And finally, thank you, Balanza, for not writing on this one. It is Turtles in Time. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4. Label is in pretty nice condition overall. Maybe a slight little rip there in the middle of the back label. Otherwise, not much discoloration or anything. Really nice condition card, actually. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. Pricecharting.com, loose cart value of $43.50. And there is one If we needed funds immediately, we could sell immediately. But we don't want to. Some of these may be worth trading in. I know I said early in the video I might try to do a swap. I did go to the retro store with a couple of these, like the Top Gear and the Cliffhanger and the Revolution X. But there's just nothing in there I wanted to trade for at the time. Either an NES or Super Nintendo or N64 as far as common titles are concerned. So I brought them back, and here they are. I didn't add up a total value of this stack of games, but like I said, I paid $15 for this beautiful stack of Super Nintendo games. Right there. I'll put them somewhere over here. So there we are. Dudes and dudettes. I would say with episode 10, Major League Buttkicking was back in town. Wii Sports, Red Dead, Skyrim, and the nice stack of Super Nintendo titles headlined by Turtles in Time. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of room in there. It's decently organized considering the amount of stuff in it. I probably could do a little bit better job. But have no worries. I've got a second box. So maybe now it's the $5 game boxes. Plural. We'll see. Maybe I'll have to organize it. I don't know how I'm going to shoot the fucker here on my little table in front of my computer. I may actually have to set something up and put a little table next to the camera and do, like, make a $5 game box, like, pop-up set for these episodes now that I'm included. And if this thing gets full, because I had no idea this thing would be full by the end of March. If this thing gets full anytime soon, like due to garage sales, I don't know what I'm going to do. I may actually have to get a shelf, like White, and Craigslist Gamefinds. Alright, so that is the end of episode 10. And that is our $5 game box. This all started from a $5 bill back in late October. $5, that's it. Buying, reselling, flipping, collecting, hustling. This has happened. $5. And I've got $51 still to spend. And I've got things up on eBay for sale that could bring an additional $40-ish if they sell. Doing good. $5 game box. Full swing because garage sale season, I can't show you because I got stuff blocking my computer screen. Garage sale season is kicking into gear tomorrow. Supposed to be a nice day. There's I need more than my two hands to count how many garage sales there are tomorrow. And that Garage-orama is happening tomorrow, which means I hope everybody goes there first. I'm going to start hitting the other ones. Let them pick at all the shit at the Garage-orama. I'll take care of business outside of town and hoping for some good stuff. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate your support. Like and subscribe if you wish. Leave a comment if you enjoyed it, or if you didn't. I don't care. Leave a comment. Like to hear from you. And thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time right here on the $5 Game Box.